having an impact and making progress, let me be the one to show you today's Wall Street Journal. Thursday, January 7th, Wall Street Journal, the most prestigious newspaper in the United States. Woo! There's a picture of Dr. Amin right there. I have a speech in me for you, but I would like to first speak to the member of the press who's here with us today and not over watching the helicopters over here nearby. In an unprecedented move a few months ago, the Dallas City Council adopted a policy that has never before been seen in the United States. That policy says that one form of fuel is going to have to be the fuel of choice for taxi cabs that operate at our two airports, and it's going to have to be a form of fuel that you can't buy from a car dealer, that nobody manufactures. You're going to have to go out and buy a new automobile and then spend the money to convert the new automobile to CNG if you want to be able to go to the head of the line at Love Field or Dallas-Fort Worth airports. That has never before been done before in the United States. It never should be done again. All that the cab drivers ask for is the same treatment that every other industry in the United States enjoys, and that is we ask for a phased-in policy. Whenever a policy is adopted that has negative economic impacts, it's always phased in for every other industry. Why not for the cab drivers? That's our question to the city. If we believe in clean air and energy independence, why are we only favoring CNG instead of all of the other alternative fuel vehicles that are available out there, including the ones that are referenced in the current city ordinance?
That's it.
Yeah. Hundreds of jobs are being lost. Hundreds of jobs not yet lost are in jeopardy because of a policy which, in spite of all the talk about the environment, all the talk about energy, all of those on the inside at City Hall know the purpose was to eliminate the jobs of independent cab drivers and give them to yellow cab and cowboy cab. We ask the city of Dallas and the public to pay attention to this, because how are we ever going to convert to become a city in which people ride mass transit, in which people congregate in downtown, in which people move back and forth in matters of travel other than their personal cars, if we don't encourage the cab drivers, empower the cab drivers, enforce the ordinances that protect their jobs, and make their jobs secure? Because if you ride the DART train and you get to the end and you can't catch a cab to go the rest of the way, you're not going to ride the DART train. And if you want to get on the DART train in the first place, you can't get to the DART station without a cab. We're calling upon the city, the public, to recognize this and to begin to communicate with their city council members and the mayor to tell them they want a taxi-friendly policy, one that's going to cause our taxi industry to be healthy, that's going to empower our drivers, and it's going to be fair. It's not only about clean air, it's not only about energy, it's not only about trying to take away the jobs of cab drivers that are independent and give it to yellow cab, it's also about a city that embraces justice. Our public, our citizens want justice. They want common sense economic policies and common sense environmental policies, and they want to see us move to the ranks of a big city where you can step onto the side of the street and hail a taxi cab, get off the DART train and find one waiting for you, get off at the airport and get into a cab of any kind of alternative fuel vehicle, and act like we are on the map as a national major city, as opposed to acting like a town that's dominated by the lobbyists for yellow cab and the compressed natural gas industry. Finally, let's say to all the drivers, I'm honored to be among you today. This is one of those times when you have a chance to be part of something bigger than yourselves, bigger than ourselves, to make a difference not just for ourselves, but for our children and for their children. And I congratulate you and tell you I'm proud to be among you.